talk about the Steyr AUG, and first thing I want to talk about is the shooting position. So, and specifically for this front grip right here. Now, a lot of people say they don't like this because it doesn't feel as stable as if they were able to hold it like this, or if they had an actual grip. But I don't know if you've seen or done much research, but actually there's a lot of people that just hold it right here, and it feels a lot more compact. Even I noticed that, and since this charging handle isn't reciprocating, you might as well just load up the ammo now. But since this charging handle isn't reciprocating, you can actually hold it like so, and you can shoot it. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to come back and do anything to you. It's just there, and it feels a little bit more stable, especially when you're trying to get more stability and shooting at range, almost like the Tavor. But one thing that I noticed with this rifle is this actually is not, it's not exactly the most stable, but it is easy to get used to, especially when the gun gets hot. You will like this more, but at least I do. But really, this isn't there just because it was a fashion statement at the time, necessarily. Basically, what happens is, say you're unloading and you need to change barrels. Well, have you ever tried to change a barrel on a hot weapon before? Well, I have. And you basically push your little button right here at a diagonal angle. You turn this way, and then off it comes. So you have something to hold on to the barrel with. Like the saw has a handle on it. This has a handle on it, but you can use it while shooting it. So it would be kind of awkward if you had a grip around the gas system. Plus this keeps it away from the gas system. So with that said, that's really the point of the forward grip. And I'm going to put the ammo back in this magazine. And we're going to talk about the next thing, which is the gas system. So I'm going to go ahead and load this thing up, and there we go. So I'm firing steel cased ammunition. This is tool ammo, 55 or 62 grain, doesn't really matter. It's pretty weak compared to what this was designed for, 5.56. So anyways, let's go ahead and show you what it looks like when you fire it with a fully open gas system and you're getting more gas. You may see a little bit of flash out of the barrel, or out of the gas port near the barrel. So let's just watch the ejection. It's pretty much going to come back in this area. So. I don't know if you were able to see that, but fully open, they kind of go this way. Now, if I was to close it up and just change it to the small dot, which means that it's going to get less gas, it's going to be a little more conservative for that more high-powered ammunition. I'm going to go ahead and change the camera view, and you'll be able to see that it kind of goes over, it kind of goes, back and away from you. Okay, I don't know if you noticed, but basically it was going off in that direction, so it's basically going at a 4 or 5 o'clock range, whereas the other one was going 3 to 4, depending on the ammunition you shoot. Now, if this was 5.56 and I open up the gas, I would actually be getting forward ejection, and I would actually be okay shooting with left-handed. And I've done it before, but every now and then you get the brass that comes and will hit you in the face or whatever. But that's for another time. But now I want to go ahead and talk about the magazines. Now, today I used, and for this demonstration, I used Magpul magazines. Generation 2 window magazine is what it comes with. This is not the actual magazine. But we're going to go ahead and look at Hex Mags, Standard GI, and a Troy magazine. And I want to go ahead and discuss my experience with all of those. So, Magpul mag, good for the Steyr AUG NATO. So, let's go ahead and get to a couple of other ones right there on the table. Okay, these are the 3 different magazines that I have right now. So, of course I have the Magpul, and I have a lot of Standard GI magazines. They pretty much all work the same. These were the ones that showed me the most problems when I first got the rifle and I had to actually get the stock replaced. These showed some problems. The Troy, though, it's kind of as thin, kind of as wobbly as a Standard GI mag, but it comes with its own problems. The Hex Mags are probably my favorite. They seem to be the most durable, so more robust. They just feel a lot nicer. So anyways, I got 15 rounds loaded up into each, and so I'm just going to go ahead and run them through, machine gun them through, and show you how they do. Okay, while I'm doing this demonstration, I want to talk to you about Steyr AUG reloads, or at least my experience. So with the Steyr AUG, you want to have something that's consistent, because not all the time is it going to be, rip out the magazine, put the other one in, and it's going to be economical to charge the weapon after that. So what I found out is it's better to run this like an HK. You get way better consistency if something were to screw up and you were to lose your grip on something. So it's better to lock it back first, get your magazine, or take your magazine out, then get your magazine. I guess we'll start off with Hex Mag, and then put it home. I use my index finger, or use your thumb, or whatever, and then I start from here, I guess. Or you can go back to the grip, whatever you choose. So I call it the boomerang. Basically, I'm locking it back, taking out that magazine, putting it back in, and then going forward. So I go back and forward. So it's like a little L. So anyways, let's do it. Okay, so with that, we lock it back, magazine ejection, and then get the next one, Troy magazine. So put that one in there, send it home, and then so lock it back, get it out. Last one's Steyr AUG. So put that one in there, send it home, and then we got the first issue. So with Steyr AUG, they typically work pretty well, but as you can see, there was just something about it. It's holding on in the magazine. So basically what you have to do here is rack it, and it typically will send it home. But I have a theory that this will give me issues, because just unloading rounds gives me issues with these magazines. So surprise, surprise. So my recommendation, if you're going to run it in this rifle, or even any rifle, I've had way more issues with AR magazines, or ARs with these magazines than anything, but if I were you, I wouldn't sit there and Dremel the magazine. All I would do is lubricate underneath the feed lips. So these feed lips can get kind of dry in there, so you don't have much clearance in this front area, so you just got to work on that friction area. And plus, this is a bit of a tilting follower, so it's kind of both things working against you. But anyways, kind of to wrap up, we got a hot barrel right now, so another reason why you have this here. So we lock it back, and this is where the consistency and the reload comes in. We are locking it back, take out the magazine, and we make sure there's nothing in there. Then we take the barrel out, and I'll just flip it around a couple of times, get it some air, and then put it back in, and then put the magazine back in. And it's not going to go home because they're not around, but then you just send it on home. So it's kind of consistent. If you do the reload and you practice properly with the rifle, you can find consistency. So it's always good to be consistent where you can be. So, for me, with the Steyr AUG, treating it like an HK is the best way to be consistent with everything. So, it's not really that big of a deal if you know how to analyze these things. But for some people, this might be too much work. But after actually doing it, it's actually pretty easy. But it's not like other systems like ARs where you have to take your face away from the rifle and all this other stuff in order to just charge it. Where here, everything you do can be done in the shoulder, and then you're good to go. It's right in a 90-degree angle of the arm. You never really reach past a 90-degree angle with the arm, except for taking off the barrel, of course. But anyways, so that's my little video on the Steyr AUG. Hope you liked the video, but anyways, thanks a lot for coming by, and give me a like, and also check me out on Facebook, and you can make video requests there if you like. But anyways, you guys have a good one.